So this project shows how to clean and reinstall a fuel pump relay on a BMW i3. I think it may be related to a breakdown I had recently. Here's me trying to reinstall the relay after cleaning it. It took a few seconds to figure out how to install it by feel. The key for me, because I can't get my eyes where I can see it when I'm installing it by hand, is to feel for the clip at the top right and the bottom left of the relay. And then I use my camera sort of as a mirror to go up there and look at it and just make sure that it's pointed the same way it was when it came out. Basically matches the one next to it. And then once it was installed, I unplugged the car. It was fully charged at the time. And did a short little, not exactly test drive, but I put it in gear, moved it forward a foot, backwards a foot, just to see if the error messages went away. The night before, after I'd had the minor breakdown, gave me a message that electric drive only was possible. Wouldn't be able to drive on the range extender. Actually, I think that happened when I had taken the relay out. So now that the relay's back in, it doesn't give me that message. We're good to go. Now that you can see it works, I'll show you how I did the relay cleanup. This is how it's installed in the car, with the asterisk on the top. So I took the cover off. See the pins go at the bottom. Cover off, took this out, and then something I noticed, there was some kind of brownish copper colored, almost like graphite, right here in this corner. And if you hold the relay in the same orientation and spin it around, that's right where this little contact happens. So I suspect that's been slowly corroding over time and dropping copper dust out of it as it goes. Overall, it looks pretty clean. Like, the contact terminals looked pretty much just like this when I took it out. I did wipe it down with 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol on this microfiber cloth. Nothing really came off, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to clean it. So my plan now is to spray some compressed air through here to blow out the contacts, and then maybe also hit that with some alcohol, and I don't think I can get in there with a Q-tip, but just sort of try and clean that up a little bit. Toothbrush, that's what I need. Dry toothbrush, rubbing alcohol, and then dry it out again. Well, actually, I guess the alcohol will dry it out too, for that matter, but maybe this will make a difference for me. I guess we'll find out, maybe. So here I sprayed it out with compressed air just to help get any loose dust out before I sprayed cleaner into it. I used 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol and a clean toothbrush right after this to help get down into the contacts. But I didn't want to spread any dirt around with the liquid when I did that. So here I got out a new unused toothbrush, courtesy of my dentist. Sprayed a bit of rubbing alcohol directly on the toothbrush first. It's kind of a best practice not to spray directly into your device. Put it on the toothbrush, got in there, cleaned the contacts a bit, and then I oscillated between scrubbing it out and then blowing out the alcohol with compressed air. And I did that for a while, actually edited the video down, took out a couple minutes. But here's the finished product. It's pretty clean. You can see it moves freely back and forth. Okay, so here's the relay. I normally have continuity across these two terminals, not across here. And then these two are both the same terminal. They're both numbered 87 on the bottom. 87 are the two center terminals, and then the outside are 30 and 85. So if I connect 30 and 87, it's open. but if I connect 30 and 87 and then push this closed by hand, then we get continuity. So I know that there's a good circuit through here. Oops. Helps if I hold things together. The next thing I wanted to check was what happens if I activate this with 12 volts. So I've got a little battery tender from Harbor Freight here. Got my alligator clips clipped on there. So I'm going to apply 12 volts. Actually, I think I had it over here before. I'm going to just apply 12 volts and then we can watch it close. Haven't really seen any arcing, but this should be fairly low current. It puts out, it's actually 14 volts because it's a battery maintainer. But it opens and closes okay, and it seems to stay closed and stay open. And this is all after I've cleaned it up. I didn't try this before cleaning, so I don't know how it maybe behaved differently before. But it seems to be roughly what I would expect, as I understand how it works. So the next thing I think is just make sure it's dry and put the cover back on and put it back in the car, and we'll see what happens. I do think it's probably worth buying another one for $22, and I may wait to put the glove box back in until I've tested the range extender 3 or 4 more times. It's left me out of luck 2 times so far, and I think I've used it 3 or 4 times maybe, so I'm not super impressed with reliability so far. Oh, look at that. There's actually a resistor down in there. I think it's a resistor, a transistor. I don't know. You might even be able to tell the values on that. I wonder if that's part of the original ones, or if that's an upgraded model, or I just don't know much of anything about the inner workings of it. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I got for now. Go ahead and put the cover back on. Seems pretty clean to me. Then now I have to try to remember which way did this go. Oh, I know how to tell. The grubby part was down there, and that was just above the contacts. So it must have gone in like this. And I'm gonna just double check my photo before I clip this all the way in, because it's a little tricky prying out here with a pocket knife and then using the eyeglasses attachment from my same Swiss Army knife to hold open another side. If I had bothered to go get a spudger, that would have made it a lot easier. Or one of those guitar pick type style spudgers would also help, but I just wanted to get it open in the garage and take a look. So we'll see how it does in the car. So here's the pictures I referred back to, just to make sure I had the cover snapped on correctly. Also wanted to mention, I know in the section with the multimeter, you couldn't see the display on it to see when there was and wasn't continuity. I think it's because I took vertical video and then I put this recording together with iMovie, which for some reason crops the top and bottom. I haven't figured out yet how to get it to undo that. I can re-upload it if I do figure that out. But since I've spent about an hour and a half putting this whole video together and only spent maybe an hour, could have been an hour and a half working on the car, I want to go ahead and get this uploaded before I lose steam and decide to give up on that. So open to any comments or suggestions you have. Thanks for watching.